Hey guys, welcome back to another Adam Ventures video. I just lived in Puerto Vallarta for 1 month and this is my list of 10 things to do when you are in Puerto Vallarta. There's a ton of things to see and do when you're in Puerto Vallarta. The recommendations of this list, they're not particularly expensive or super extravagant or anything like that. Just 10 fun things to try when you're in Puerto Vallarta. Let's dive right into it. First things first is walking the Malecon. Walking the Puerto Vallarta Malecon is kind of like a rite of passage for tourists in Puerto Vallarta. The Malecon is a walking path. It's kind of like a boardwalk. It runs along the ocean. Don't leave Puerto Vallarta until you've walked the Malecon at sunset. Seriously, it's a must. I'm just going for a little run here on the Malecon in Puerto Vallarta. Stumbled across this. These guys started at the very top, worked their way all the way down. Another very affordable thing you absolutely have to do, of course, when you are in Puerto Vallarta is go to the beach. And you don't have to go to one of these beach clubs and get a chair. You can just set up a towel, chill on the beach and swim for free. Get some food from an OXXO or whatever and just enjoy the water. You know, you don't have to pay the $5-10 or whatever it is to go to these beach clubs. You can just enjoy it for free, of course. If you're looking to get off the beaten path and away from other tourists, away from all the people trying to sell you stuff, you should go to my favorite beach. To get there, you walk all the way to the southern tip of Los Muertos Beach. Go up the stairs, you'll go down the other side of the hill, and you will pop out at Playa Amapas, an absolutely beautiful, small little beach. There's barely ever anyone here, and there's no one trying to sell you stuff. From here, you can continue walking south on a path for 15 more minutes and you'll be able to find Playa Conchas, a really nice beach again. Very secluded, but Playa Conchas actually has some really good snorkeling. What you doing?
Snorkeling.
Number 3 is to go hiking in Puerto Vallarta. We now made our way into the middle of nowhere. Puerto Vallarta has tons of really good hiking and very active hiking Facebook groups. My girlfriend and a friend and I decided to go on a hike from Boca de Tomotlan to a sneaky hidden beach called Playa Colomitos. Unfortunately, the trail became overgrown and we couldn't make it all the way to the end, but we were also there in low season. So if you're in Puerto Vallarta during high season, it's probably going to be passable.
Hold on to the rope.
Next, we got to cross the sketchy bridge.
That's OSHA compliant.
Next, let's talk food. There's 2 taco places that tie for Puerto Vallarta's best tacos. Pancho's Tacos is open in the evenings and you have to get their al pastor taco. The other place you have to try is called La Hormiga Best Taco Stand. It's located right next to Farmacia Guadalajara and it opens a bit after noon. And once again, you have to get the al pastor. While we're on the subject of food, my girlfriend and I actually went all around Puerto Vallarta, tried all of the ice cream, which is a whole other video linked up here. But anyway, we found the best ice cream and the best nieves in all of Puerto Vallarta. The ice cream shop is called Sabores Helados. Miguel runs this shop. He's a 3rd-generation ice cream maker, and you can tell by eating his product. He's a true artist in every sense of the word. You're also going to have to try Puerto Vallarta's best nieves. Nieves is similar to ice cream, but more Mexican and icier. The best nieves shop is located here, right on the Malecon, and it's called Nieves de Garrafa. It doesn't open until later though, so it's going to be a perfect one to combine with your sunset walk on the Malecon. Something else you have to do when you're in Puerto Vallarta is to try the Mexican corn, some elote. Grilled Mexican corn is absolutely delicious. How's the corn?
Bien. Bueno, muy bueno.
Muy bueno.
Mayo and cheese. And some sort of spice, no picante.
Number 7 is to visit Mismaloya Beach and Los Arcos. Mismaloya is a beautiful little city just 30 minutes south of Puerto Vallarta. You can take a public bus to get there really easily for just 50 cents. And then just off of Mismaloya is this beautiful archipelago of little islands called Los Arcos. Right on Playa Mismaloya is a small family-run business that will actually rent you kayaks and paddle boards, and you can actually paddle out to Los Arcos. Whoa, that was a big one. Up next, you aren't going to find this one in any other video, but one of my girlfriend's and mine favorite things to do was to go to board game meetups with other digital nomads. This one might not be for you if you're a vacationer, but if you're a digital nomad like us, you work online and you travel for years or months at a time, meeting other digital nomads for board game night in Puerto Vallarta is a must. There's a board game cafe called La Expedición Board Game Cafe with tons of games that you're able to play. It costs just $2.50 per person to enter, and you can play as much as you want. Number 9, if you haven't booked any accommodation for your Puerto Vallarta trip already, one thing you might want to consider doing is splitting your time between Puerto Vallarta and Sayulita. Sayulita is a small little beach and surfing town that's located about 2 hours north of Puerto Vallarta and has just a completely different vibe. So if you haven't booked your accommodation yet and you're staying in Puerto Vallarta for like a week or more, you might want to consider splitting your time between Sayulita and Puerto Vallarta. And last but not least, number 10 is just to try to have some local experiences in Puerto Vallarta. Go to the butcher, see what that's like. Go to the farmer's market, take a local bus in Puerto Vallarta, tour some real estate, see if Puerto Vallarta is a place that you could see yourself living for a long time. There's actually a huge expat community in Puerto Vallarta. So see if, Puerto Vallarta is a place that you could see yourself calling home, and try to look at Puerto Vallarta through that lens. I encourage you to do so. You might be surprised. All right, guys, that is it for this video of 10 things to do in Puerto Vallarta. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button if you did. It really helps me out a lot. Subscribe to the channel for a lot more travel videos to come, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.